Ziggy Marley, welcome to 7:30.
Thank you.
It's an extraordinary story and I really enjoyed watching the film. How did it come about now?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of reasons why it come about now. Especially like a Valentine's Day thing and the movie being One Love, and it started out just being a feeling. Really, like, hey, I got a feeling that let's explore this idea of making now a movie about our father. And we never really have a big like plan about it. Like, let's make a movie now and release it in 4 years or whatever on this date or whatever. So it was just a feeling, really, and we found good partners who would accept the idea that we came with, that the family came with, and that we wanted to make it authentic, and that we wanted to make not a watered-down Hollywood version, but a real version that expressed the Jamaican culture properly. So yeah, it started as a feeling,
We're jamming. To think that jamming was a thing of the past. We're jamming.
Who saw that Kingsley Ben Adair could capture that feeling? Who saw that?
It was me, my sister, my brother, my mother, my family, Ronaldo, the director, the other producers on the film. But ultimately, it was the family's decision, obviously, because it's that important. And the reason why we choose Kingsley is because Kingsley, we can say now that he's proficient at his art. And what it was specifically was that he kept us engaged in what he was doing. He kept our attention. We weren't distracted. We were focused on him when he was doing, when we got the audition tape, it kind of, we were like, he can keep our attention as Bob,
Do you understand how he was able to capture that sincerity?
Yeah, well, he tapped into a side of Bob that probably only my mother knows.
Exodus.
Because there's a vulnerability, there's a weakness, there's faults, there's strength, there's naivety. But I think I couldn't explain to you how Kingsley did it. I could generalize as an artist to understand that it takes you to be someone who can take themselves out of it and try and explore uncomfortable things. Try and explore things that other people might find. No, that's not Bob Marley. I never seen Bob Marley do that. Yeah, exactly. You never seen Bob Marley do that because you don't know Bob Marley that way.
What were the uncomfortable things you just referred to that it was important for us to see?
Well, it's there. We'll lay everything kind of bare for you. The relationship with my mother was up and down rocky, relationship, but it was solid. It was solid still, no matter what happened. No matter what happened, it was this kind of relationship that is like it's just the bond is too deep to be broken by anything, by bullets or by women or by fame. It just could not be broken.
You didn't think I had my own opportunities? Huh? I had the solets, I had offers, and I gave them up for the message for us. And they threw it in my face.
And so, that was difficult to express in that way because, usually people see a relationship like that and there's, the woman leave and it's based upon what people's perception of a normal relationship would be, but this isn't that. So that was difficult to express. Bob also, his vulnerability, because I don't think he wants people to see that. I don't think he wants people to see his weakness, his sadness, him in tears or him feeling down. That's not the persona that he wants to be portrayed out there. But we wanted to go, peel back those layers and to have people have an opportunity to see the personal side of Bob, which all of us kind of don't want people into our personal space, but we wanted to explore that with Bob in this film and share that with people, and that was difficult to do also.
There's a scene in the film where Bob Marley is sitting around a fire playing Redemption's song to you and to a group of other children.
To sin. These songs of freedom is all I ever had.
Did he actually play that song to you?
Redemption song.
Yeah, man, that and more. I mean, that's his songwriting. When, like, you know, my father writes songs at any time, like, it's not a thing. It's not a moment. It's a very normal thing that happens in the house. Whether it be in my grandmother's house at 56 or at my house, just guitar playing, would have the kids come around and sometimes sing with him or whatever, you know what I mean? Because otherwise we're playing disturbing his thing. So he would say, come sit down and sing. So, you know, that's normal things for us, you know.
It must be strange, though, for you to see and to hear those beautiful sounds from your own childhood represented on film.
Well, I mean, I'm not get too emotional about it. I mean, let me tell you, the most emotional I get about this film is the humor. Like, you know, we already processed the pain, right? Because it's been years, right? So we processed that already. So it's not like, say, maybe I'm not just an emotional person in that way. But I find the humor, I find the emotion of humor and laughter very interesting in this film because it's a side of Bob that my father that I don't think about a lot because there's so much, you know, let's say trauma, you know, from his passing and the assassination and just everything that he's been through, that sometimes we overlook the humorous side of him. And that's what this film gives me, that moment to laugh and say, yeah, that's how my father was, you know. So I think that's the emotional side I take, the humorous side.
Kingsley really gets that sweet humour, doesn't he?
Yeah, man, even when he doesn't say anything, and he's it's so real. It's so like, it's an attitude Bob had. It's that attitude, you know.
The actress who plays your mother, Rita, said this about her. She said, she oozes love and a natural vibration and peace that many people spend their entire lives searching for. Do you think Lashana Lynch got that?
Oh, she get everything, man. That and more, man. I mean, no, Lashana within herself is a strong woman. So she reminds me of my mother in those traits, that she's a strong black woman.
You swim in pollution, you get polluted.
She advocated to make the role be more than just what people might think. Rita was just there, and no. My mother was integral into the whole career of my father, and Bob Marley being who he is would not be the way we see him now without my mother's support and what do you call it, and input into what was happening in his life and music. So, I mean, including the eye trees to the ladies who sang with him, it's the whole, you know, people talk about Bob Marley all the time, but it's really the whole, the band, the Wailers, the family man who is played by his son, Aston. It's always the whole. We focus on Bob, but I think Bob would tell you it's all the whole to all these pieces that make it happen is important.
In the film, we see Bob Marley pushing the band and his management to go on tour in Africa. You were actually at the concert that he played in Zimbabwe. What did that concert mean to Bob Marley?
First, let me say that the idea of Africa, again, within the marketplace of my father right now, like the commerciality of him and how people see him, I think people don't understand how Afrocentric he was, or Pan-African. The Pan-Africanism idea was so much a part of him that in this film we insisted that Africa, the love that Bob had for Africa has to be shown. If you want to know who Bob Marley is, you got to know how much he loved Africa. And so, yeah, I mean, it was very important that the Africa, and yeah, without that, it wouldn't be a Bob Marley story without Africa involved in that way. So, yeah, we made sure we pushed for that, you know.
Ziggy Marley, thank you for bringing Bob Marley back into our lives. And I wanted to add our condolences because one of the band members, Aston family man Barrett, just died. So Love to all the Marley clan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.